Welcome. Thank you for taking a seat with us today. We have another NBA edition. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 players that have never won a ring.
How do you like that title?
Oh, man, that's tough.
I'm a top 3 player that never won a ring.
So, I think we're going to have some good debates here. I'm Davey.
And I'm Jordan.
And I'm excited to hear this. I'm going to let Jordan start this one off so I can come back with some interesting debates. So, Jordan, let's hear your top 3.
I don't think there's any debating of this list at all. I think it's pretty fair. We'll see, though. Davey always finds something to surprise me on. Number 3 top player that has never won a ring. Maybe it's because I really like this guy. Maybe it's because I feel he's very deserving. Maybe it's because I feel he's pound for pound. Maybe the best ever. Allen Iverson.
Ooh, wow.
Allen Iverson, I think, deserved a ring. Made it to the finals. Couldn't get past it. But pretty much led his team there.
He had no one.
No one. Like, Snow, I think. I can't even remember who else played on that team.
No.
But Iverson, career stats, almost 27 a game for his career.
That's wild.
Greater than 6 assists a game. And we're talking about a guy who some say is maybe 6 feet.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Like, he took a beating. He also gave my favorite player of all times the greatest crossover maybe we've ever seen. He actually crossed MJ up and put him on ice skates. Like, that's hard for me to watch. 43% field goal percentage his entire career.
That was impressive. And you know he's not dunking that.
Yeah. No, this guy's mid-range at best.
Right.
He could work himself in the trees, and he could get himself in there and get himself some layups. But shot close to 80% free throws, so respectable. I'd like to see that be more. But this is a guy who gave it everything he had. One-time league MVP, 11-time All-Star. So, and just his size, the sheer size, to go out there and fight with people that are that much bigger than you, and to give it your all, make it to the finals with Philly.
Yeah.
I just think this guy deserved a ring.
And it wasn't about practice.
Yeah, it wasn't about practice. We know he didn't like practice. That's not a secret here. Number 2, the round mound of rebound, Charles Barkley. Love watching him on TNT. Him and Shaq are hilarious.
Yep.
But this guy put his heart and soul into the game, averaged a double-double for his career.
Yep.
And he changed the game a lot. This guy was like 6'6". And to average 11.7 rebounds a game at 6'6" is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Respectable with his points, 22 points per game, 54% field goal overall percentage. So,
It's wild.
and he shot the free throw at about 74%, 73.5%. So, not great, but greater than LeBron James shoots it today. So, that's pretty good, I guess. I'll take that. He also played, I think Iverson only played 914 games. Chuck played 1,073.
Wow. Yeah.
So he definitely gave it his all. I would have loved to see him win. He deserved it. He was small for how big he played. And I'd love to see Shaq get a ring. Number 1 from our hometown, the mailman.
Oh! Ooh.
Karl Malone. He's known in Utah for not delivering on Sundays. If any of you know about Utah, but
He's a religious man.
Yes.
Not really,
yeah. He
actually.
takes the day off. This guy, let's just put it how it is. 19 seasons or 20? I want to say it was 19. I think his last season was 19 with the Lakers, but Correct me if I'm wrong. 2-time MVP, 14-time All-Star, 11-time first-team All-NBA. Now, Chuck played around 1,072. What was it?
I don't have it.
Okay,
Here.
that's fine. This guy played 1,476 games.
19 career year.
19. Averaged 25 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. Shot the free throw at 74%, again, higher than LeBron. So these guys, people compare the Karl and LeBron body quite a bit. And they are very similar in stature. LeBron obviously is a much greater specimen, but Karl Malone dumped everything he had into the game, gave 17 years, I believe, to Utah, to one team with Jerry Salone. So I think if there's anyone I would have liked to see win a ring, maybe I'm a homer. You can call me a homer, but I think Karl Malone is the best player to never have won a ring.
Okay.
And I would like to see how you see it differently.
Respect. We got respect here for the Utah hometown.
I'm respectful.
I love to. It hits me.
I'm
right?
respectful.
It's right here.
Is this the only time I've shown respect?
No, but
Okay.
just when it's shown,
Okay.
it hits me hard. So, all right, number 3. Definitely switching it up. I think we got a couple similar, but number 3, putting Mr. Sir Charles. That's my number 3. Okay. You basically outlined it. 6'6". This guy was dominant. I mean, 18th all-time in rebounds, 21st in steals, 23rd in points. But I think one of the biggest things here is this guy won an MVP over Michael Jordan. And that is hard to do. So this guy, pound for pound, really one of the top 3. I don't know if I'd put him pound for pound over Iverson, but this guy was absolutely dominant. And I love watching him with Shaq on TNT.
Yeah,
because he gets roasted for not having a ring on there. And it is fun to watch that.
Yeah, he does.
This guy, he deserves a ring. So, number 3, I got Sir Charles. Number 2, and I had a hard time putting him in there. I got Karl Malone as my number 2.
Really?
Yes.
Why did you have a hard time?
Because I love Karl, man.
Did you want him number 1? Was it hard to not put him 1? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Why don't you see who my number 1 is, and I'll explain why. But Karl Malone, the mailman, he delivered. Maybe not all the time on Sundays, but there's 7 days of the week, okay? 6 days out of the 7, he was delivering. You got your mail on 6 days out of the 7, and as a person that receives mail, you're pretty happy for that, unless it's your Amazon packages. Only 3 players in the NBA history to have 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 5,000 assists. I mean, he's up there with Kareem, Kevin Garnett. I mean, he was an absolute machine.
Baller.
Yep. A lot of people put him as the most athletic player to play. David Robinson is up there.
I've met Karl a couple times. The dude is a physical specimen.
Yep.
Like,
great guy too.
Awesome guy.
Great guy.
Awesome guy.
Makes me like him even more. So that's my number 2. And number 1, we got Elgin Baylor. I never watched this guy. I wasn't even born while this guy was playing. This guy was far gone from the league before I was even born. Okay?
Elgin Baylor.
Yes,
you don't go anything past 2000, and now you're going to Elgin Baylor?
No. This guy played from 58 to 72. The reason that I put this guy as my number 1 is because he went to 8 NBA Finals and lost 8 NBA Finals. That breaks my heart. That breaks my heart.
That is heartbreaking.
Oh, man. I just can't imagine going to 8.
And losing all 8.
All 8. And then guess what? He retired. And the next year,
they won.
They won it. They won it.
Oh, no.
So, I wanted to put Karl as my number 1, but after reading that...
Do you feel worse for Elgin?
Yes, I do. I feel like he, over Karl, deserves to have a ring when going to 8. And the team even
can I argue maybe he doesn't deserve to have a ring because he went to 8? Is that an argument you would entertain?
I mean, yeah, if you can't close, I mean, you closed every game except for those, but you were going
in every
against,
series.
You were going against Bill Russell at that time in that Celtics team with the 6-man.
1 of 8, you can't crack through.
But the team did actually. He retired that next year. I believe he played like 1 game to retire in that next year, and they actually gave him a ring that year. So he technically had a ring, but he actually ended up.
He didn't win it.
No, and he actually ended up selling that ring in 2013 for $132,000.
Wow.
So he did technically have a ring, but that was his retirement situation. Teams go back, or a player goes back to retire. Wade did that.
Paul Pierce
did that. There's a lot of players that did that. So
do you think LeBron will?
No.
You don't think he'll go back and retire as a Cleveland?
No, I think since he's been around to a couple different teams, I don't think he will.
Cleveland's his heart, man.
I mean, unless Bronny gets drafted by the Cavs and he goes back there, which...
Do you think he'll play with Bronny?
I think he wants to.
Yeah.
He was vocal about that at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're getting to a point with LeBron that there's more than basketball that is involved. And
is that okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that he's going to live to the end of his life and feeling good about. Like, I got to play with my son. Like...
Yeah, you're a bunch of losers. You're a bunch of losers. Like, what if you just lose?
I mean, that could be the case. He's getting old, right?
That doesn't help his legacy.
Well, I mean, LeBron's changed the entire game as far as... I mean, LeBron's the coach. I mean, LeBron is dictating his contracts. Something Michael Jordan really didn't do.
Yeah.
He's really
Michael Jordan was grossly underpaid for a lot of his career.
Yes, absolutely. And LeBron has taken this to a business aspect because all of these owners are treating it as a business, Why should LeBron not?
No, I don't disagree at all.
So I love how LeBron has been doing that. And a lot of people hate that the game is changing to that. And I'm like, screw these owners.
No, the players have got to have a voice.
Yeah, these are players. These owners are sitting back and watching these players make millions for them. And so I billions. I love that these players are trying to take this into their hands. I love respect.
That too. I love that too.
Mad respect for LeBron doing that, and he's making other players do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Time will tell. But that's my top 3.
Okay. I'm not gonna argue it a ton. You had Charles. You had Carl. You threw a curveball, but I guess maybe I threw the curveball with Allen Iverson. I don't know. I think they're both fair.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they both carry some merit behind them. So, if you enjoyed that, please give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share, and don't forget to subscribe. We do post every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't miss an episode.
Please.
Until then. Sports Junkies out.
Peace.